If you've ever put an entire paycheck on your credit card and then used that credit card for everyday spending, you're not broken, you're simply human. I know that cycle very well because I lived it for a long time. For context, my name's Bill, and this is Simple Systems for a Better Life. For me, it was like this. I'd get paid, I'd clear that credit card, and then slowly over the next 2 weeks, I'd watch the balance creep back up again. With other debts to manage, it seemed like an endless cycle, rinse and repeat. Using my credit card felt easier than looking too closely, and every time it crept back up, I felt worse about checking, so I checked less. That's the cycle a lot of people get stuck in. You avoid looking because it feels uncomfortable. Because you're not looking, things stay vague. Because things are vague, decisions get made in the dark, and of course, decisions made in the dark lead to outcomes that are less than ideal. See, what I didn't understand at the time was that this wasn't only a discipline problem. It wasn't only a budgeting problem. It wasn't only a motivation problem. It was simply an avoidance problem. Our brains are very good at protecting us from immediate discomfort. They're wired to make us feel better right now. But they're not very good at dealing with slow, invisible problems like debt, like interest, and long timelines. So when looking at the numbers feels bad, your brain does exactly what it's designed to do. It steers you away from them. The thing that finally changed my behavior wasn't earning more money, wasn't willpower, and it wasn't the perfect budget. It was simply visibility. Once I could actually see what my debt was doing, week by week, it started feeling like I was the one in control of my own process. That's why I built a very simple spreadsheet for myself, not to optimize anything or to track every dollar, just to answer one question honestly to myself. Where am I right now, and where am I heading if I keep going like this? And of course, what can I do to get out? Seeing my debt laid out over time gave me 3 things I didn't have before. Transparency, so I wasn't guessing or avoiding anymore. Clarity, so I could see how each payment actually moved the needle. And a concrete path forward, not a fantasy plan, just a realistic one. I've done a separate video where I walk through that spreadsheet step by step and show exactly how I use it as a simple weekly check-in. There's nothing fancy about it, it's meant to be basic, but that's what makes it usable, and that's why I was able to use it every week. That spreadsheet, named the Debt Crusher, is completely free to download. It's just the tool I use, shared openly, in the hope that it can help others escape the debt cycle. The link is in the description. If you're stuck in that cycle right now, it doesn't mean you're irresponsible. It usually just means you haven't had an easy way to look. Debt isn't scary when it's clear, it's scary when it's vague. And clarity is something you can build 1 week at a time.